What it is, what it do, how the hell are all of you? With yours truly, Petra Fucker, back with another mother lover. You already know the deal. Grab your smoke, grab your drink, and locking with your boy, because we back with another one. In this one, it's going to be a tad bit different. We're going to do a lot of roasting, a lot of disrespecting. We'll be covering a wide range of bullshit. Like I said, tune in. So, we're going to start out crispy with the Palmer report. Now, this is just a picture, a screenshot, but it does show a lot of what we're dealing with right now, especially as let's go Brandon and, you know, fuck Biden. Is that grows. This is definitely an argument that gets made a lot more. For 4 years, nonstop every day, we had new content about how Trump was a piece of shit and it was fuck Trump nonstop, right? But now, when you say fuck Biden or you this, that, the other, we've seen videos of people saying fuck Joe Biden, and you have some white woman in the background. I'm going to say it like that because it's always the white woman that's going to be like, that's racist. And that's what the bitch said. Let's keep it a buck. That's about as far gone as one could probably go, in my opinion. Now, when I see, look at the dates. 9/7/21, 9/11/21. You literally, this guy, whoever wrote these things, I highly doubt it was dude that actually started the Palmer report. It's probably an aide, probably a writer or something, you know, an author, whatever, journalist, probably not really a journalist, activist, clearly an activist. But when they write, thanks Biden, thanks Obama, fuck Trump, but then they literally say, not even a week later, to chant fuck Biden, you'd have to be the lowest anti-American bottom trash known to man. Like, what kind of crack are they passing around at the Palmer report? Like, there is no wonder that you have all these independent media outlets, Tim Pool, Steven Crowder, Styx Hexenhammer, Brandon Tatum, ABL, fucking the list goes on. You have all these creators literally bashing Palmer report in other outlets like the Palmer report, the fucking New York Times, the fucking Washington Post, HuffPo. You got people out here that literally believe everything that the Slate writes as it's fact. That would be like me and other conservatives, other Republicans, other libertarians believing everything the Onion writes or the Babylon Bee, knowing full well that those are fucking extremely out there outlets, but yet we're going to believe everything we read there. And that's what I think of when I think of the Palmer report. I think of HuffPo, I think of Washington Post. Like, you got so many people that believe exactly what you say when you're clearly fucking wrong. And when it's literally not even 5 days, not even a week, like, this activist probably hasn't changed their underwear in this amount of time before they made these tweets. Like, that's a problem. And let's get to the next. So I got a picture of Trump here. I don't know who drew this, but they got people's hands on his shoulders, right? Now, the contrast is going to make you laugh. Give me 1 second. Got a picture of Joe Biden sniffing one of the guys that ran in on the guy that wore that Buffalo Bill outfit to the fucking Capitol riot. The contrast to me is, you got people out there that see Trump as something that was great and glorious to the United States, as it made our country, for a lot of people, a hell of a lot better. Like, I didn't hear nobody complain about gas prices under Trump. I damn sure didn't ever see no shortages in the stores. Now, you might not like that he killed Big Daddy or killed Soleimani, but that didn't affect your day-to-day life. Now, obviously, this is a Photoshop meme. This is probably Photoshopped by somebody in the right wing. The picture was probably drawn by someone in the right wing. But I don't care. The contrast there is clear to me. You have people that think Trump was a good guy and did great things for us. And you had people relying on him and backing him. You have people making a meme of the president sniffing a full fucking grown man in a buffalo costume during what so many would call an insurrection. You know, the other day they were talking about in the news, I mean, Matt Walsh said it, a couple other people did too, that there was more deaths from COVID under Biden than there was under Trump. Now, if my memory serves, I think Trump was dealing with COVID a lot longer and during a lot worse peaks than Biden. But yet, nobody wants to talk about that number. But we're gonna digress because that's not really what we're getting into. Because YouTube and their medical misinformation thing, not trying to play that game with them. So if the algorithm is, I guess, listening, don't take the video down, you worthless system. Screwing content creators left and right that are just trying to push a different opinion, push a different narrative besides the one that the mainstream media is all but jammed down our throats. To ban all that, to shut it all down is kind of fucked up. In a lot of different ways. And to like go after Stephen Crowder the way they did, that's fucked up. To take down videos of Eliza Schaefer or anything that has to do with Alex Jones is fucked up. And I'm going to stand by that. I think it's all fucked up. And I think a lot of these systems, the algorithms, whatever you want to call it, are fucked up. And they're going to remain fucked up. That's why Facebook went from the metaverse now or some shit. Some more weirdo shit that Zuckerberg decided to take some DMT or some peyote, and that motherfucker had a little dream quest, and now he's like, oh, it's the metaverse. He's a fucking creep. He was a creep in college, and he stole the fucking idea. Props to the guy for making the money, but you aren't Tom from MySpace. And you never will be. You know what I mean? And that's a good contrast right there. You got Mark Zuckerberg from fucking Facebook, and you got Tom, which I don't even know his last name, from MySpace. Nobody hated MySpace. That was really a fucking good community, even though there was a lot of shit that people didn't want to see, a lot of things that people didn't want to hear, but yet you were still told it and you were told to suck it the fuck up because there was no report button to get rid of you in your top 5. But now, if you don't like my video or something I have to say, you can literally get me banned at the drop of a hat. You get one warning from the system, and then you're done. You know, it's funny to me when I see these pictures and I see these memes because you had someone that literally took the time of day to drop that picture of Trump with people's hands on his back, and then you had someone that took the 5 seconds it took to find the picture of Joe Biden sniffing something he probably shouldn't have been sniffing and photoshopping into a picture of someone that he probably wouldn't want to sniff, but probably liked how he's being treated. Let's keep it a buck. But when I think of those things, and I think of the contrast, and then you see things such as the Palmer report where it's not even 5 days and you're saying, you know, it's fuck Trump, but the minute you say fuck Biden, you're the worst piece of trash known to man. Like, the amount of crack you assholes must be smoking is amazing. And I'm continue to smoke it, please, because all you're doing is making content for so many people to make fun of. So please, God, let these assholes continue to make these dumbass remarks so many people just pick it apart. Now, I've been sitting on that screenshot for a long time. A lot of this shit that I'd be sitting on it for a long time. Not because I don't want to put it out, but because I'd be getting higher than giraffe nuts and be forgetting to add it in. Now, my homie that be listening to the show in Miami, he knows what I'm talking about, high as giraffe nuts. He understands. But let's keep it moving. Now, the left definitely doesn't want to remember this picture. Obama, don't separate me from my mommy. You got how many people there standing with signs? Because remember, they called him the deporter-in-chief, and Biden was the vice president. So I don't know how he's getting away from that. Kind of like he's getting away from this border crisis by just not addressing it and doing everything he can to not go anywhere near it. I mean, they erect walls around his house, his properties, where he's going. But God forbid, man, the border can't get a wall or a fence. And then you got the migrant leader the other day on, I don't know, what news outlet was it? I think it could have been Fox. But they were talking about how they were mad. The guy voted for Biden, and they were mad that he hasn't been addressing the border crisis the way he should be. But yet you're leading a caravan of 3,000 immigrants to the fucking border? Hollywood couldn't write this stupidity. And then when you think about it, I wasn't the first one that called him a deporter-in-chief, and when he was deporting people, I was in high school. So I damn sure wasn't too concerned about Biden. But I do remember the strain that it put on so many people that I knew. Cost of gas, cost of things, and then it just didn't seem to get better until Obama and Biden were no longer in office. But now Biden's back in office and he's at the helm, and it's almost worse than when him and Obama were running it. But yet we're supposed to be thinking that he's doing some glorious job. Like, I love to go on TikTok. I love to go on TikTok and I love to see leftists say, debate me. These are my political points behind me. Like, no, I'm not going to waste my time to debate you. All I got to do is point outside and shut you down with just about anything I can fucking point at. You want to talk about San Francisco and how they got a poop patrol? Do you want to talk about Chicago and how they got nothing but gun violence? Like, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Minneapolis and carjacking going up at 537%? Like, I mean, what? You think I give a fuck about what you think about abortion? You think you don't even live in Texas, but yet you got a problem with the ban? The fuck? And then you got people, I think Biden's doing a great job. Really? Really? If that's what you think, again, whatever crack you're smoking, you might want to start giving that shit out to the masses because you're stupid. There is no going around it. That is, if you believe that Biden is doing a good job, you are stupid. Not dumb, not ignorant, stupid. Capital S, stupid. And you damn sure shouldn't be allowed to reproduce. You shouldn't be allowed to do pretty much anything. But then again, I'm not like the left. I'm not going to restrict you from doing things, even if I think you're stupid and shouldn't be able to do them. Shit, I think driving around, there's a lot of people that shouldn't be driving, but yet you don't see me going after them. And that's literally one of the easiest comparisons you could make. You go after somebody because something you don't like, but yet when you see dude going fucking 90 and a 30, you don't chase him down to tell him what you don't like about him. But yet you will go out of your way to press a fucking button to shut someone down. But yet you won't. Oh, maybe it's because it has to be you're face-to-face then. That makes the most sense. You're face-to-face, and that person might bust you in the fucking mouth. But then again, you've probably never been punched in the mouth. And I know a lot of people that listen to this show have been punched or have punched someone in the mouth, so they generally know what it feels like. But I know a lot of people that we see on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, across the board, shooting their mouths off. They ain't never been punched. And getting clipped by your mom for calling her a bitch in the middle of Walmart doesn't mean you got punched in the face. Just so you know. Just putting that out there. Because I know there are some people that listen to my shows that don't like them. And when I say you, I'm referring to those people. Because if I was sitting across the table from them, that's what I would be telling them. It's going to be a whole lot of you statements. It's not going to be a whole lot of we statements. Because it's not we fucking shit up. It's you. Like this teacher in California right here that decided to dress up as a Native American with her mask on and jump around the room doing the chicken dance, it looks like. You know, she clearly has done this before, and there's comments that people have known her to do this every year. And yet it was this year, not last year, not the year before, but because all these years that I've just said, the woke mob has been around. But it was this year that they decided, we gonna make her famous today, bro. It was this year they decided that. Now, I'm not against it. I personally think it's a little fucked up. I don't maybe think you should probably be putting the headband on and dancing around as if you're doing one of the dances that so many Native Americans hold sacred. And I'm not saying that she doesn't have the right to do it. But it doesn't mean you should do it. Again, social consequences. Now, I don't know what happened to her, but I seen in the comments people were calling for her to lose her job. People were calling for her to die, all kinds of shit. Because she did a dance that offended you. Maybe a dance that she shouldn't have did, knowing the climate of the world right now. But if you don't see any of those kids getting up throwing a fucking hissy fit about it, why are you throwing a hissy fit about it? You know what I mean? That's how I look at this shit. Like, if you don't see people in the video, like a good example is we're going to get to that video where that boy, that dude punches that woman on the train. I'm not saying he should have punched her. Not by any standard. But I do think, in my eyes, she called that on. You know, let's get to that video. So right here, let's pause real quick. So I'm saying right here, first off, I don't care if you're a man, woman, I don't give a fuck what you are. You want to get in someone's face, and this is my eyes. This is her getting in his face. 100%. Hold on. You think that's her getting in his face? Mm-hmm. See, I'm not the only one that thinks it. My point here is, they're in each other's faces, right? He literally says, say the words chill pill. What did you think was going to happen? Now, again, I'm not saying he had the right to punch her, but at this point in time, you are both going at each other. You both don't seem to be stopping. So what did you think was going to happen? Now, I don't know if beforehand, if he said he was going to hit her, and I don't know, nothing like that. Maybe he didn't say. Maybe he just said, say it, and boom. But my point here is, you can't be getting in each other's faces, popping off, and then when someone says, say it. Say it. And then you say it, you expect them not to do something. But the biggest thing here is, again, all the people around here in this video, let's play it real quick. Say it to my face, man. How many of them jump up to knock him the fuck out? How many of them jump up to see if she's really bleeding? How many of them jump up? None of them. Look at that man in the hat, turns around and says, hey man, whoa man, whoa. And then someone in the background says, you're not supposed to hit women. Sorry there, chica. Why? If you're willing to be a combatant, you're willing to go toe to toe, get in someone's face. What makes you, a woman, not able to be hit? Like I said, this show is gonna be a whole lot disrespectful now, man. I don't really care no more. I thought I sugarcoated things for a while there, listening back to some of my old shows. But that's what I think. Again, people are outraged in the comments, madder than hell, right? This went viral. Everybody was talking about that, made content. That's why it's not my number one story, because I'm not riding anyone's coattails here. But the man punched her, clearing her fucking shit, and nobody in the train vicinity did a fucking thing. Nobody. No one stood up in defense of her, nothing. Now, I'm not saying someone should have to do that, because I don't believe you should have to stand up in the defense of anybody unless you choose to. Because that's that bullshit compassion that the love loves to push so much. Where was the compassion there? Where was the fucking unity? Where's the, hey man, calm down, bro. Calm down. Maybe not, maybe don't tell him chill pill because he'd have cracked you too. But the point here is, you're gonna get into arguments with people. You could get in someone's face. And when they say do something, maybe you don't do it. Maybe did that cross your mind? Maybe I shouldn't say it. Maybe I shouldn't find out what will happen next. Maybe we should close the story right now and just be done with it. But no, people don't want to play that game. People want to play this, I want to be treated normally. I want to be treated the same as everyone else. But when shit hits the fan, I need special privilege, baby. Like, the way I see it is, I'm not, like I said, he didn't have the right to do it, but he did it. And no one there did anything about it. No one threw a fucking major tantrum, but then you got people in the comments calling for him to be arrested, calling for him to be doxxed. And when I think about people being doxxed, I think you could really cause a problem with doxing someone because you don't know who they live with. And now you're going to expose their name, their address, everything to the world, but you don't know who they surround themselves with, or who they are, or who lives in their house. You don't know that shit. So you don't know what you could possibly be sending someone into, but yet it's okay to dox them. Oh, fuck them. Oh, what about people that wanted them dead? What about all the white knights in the comments? Man, I'd have got up in his face and I'd have beat him up, bro. I'd have fucked him up. Really? I doubt it. Because you sound just as brave and tough as the senators that were crying. Talking about, I grabbed the hand sanitizer base and I was ready to swing it if someone came in the chamber. No, you wasn't. You weren't going to do shit. That's a period. You weren't going to do shit. just the same as these people. Why? Because you don't know her. You don't know him. So why should you get involved? But then again, last year you got how many people screaming, we need to be together. We need to be in this together. We need to do. So it's only we need to be in this together when it's convenient and useful for what you need it for. Yeah. It's funny how that works, isn't it? See, it's really easy to draw comparisons to these bullshit straw man arguments that they create and they live in. Not only do they push these arguments, but they live in these arguments. These are their go-to arguments. And you can literally, and it's done. That's insane. Then this guy. I'm not knocking him, but he's here to be roasted. Mr. President, the military has been defeated. I'm not going to read it because other people have read it. Not my thing. But let's listen to it. Listen to that background music. This man got more back hair on his lower back than he got on his fucking face. But I'm supposed to believe this is the dragon they're going to unleash? Yeah. See, this is TikTok for you, man. Making people feel a whole lot more badass than they truly are. I'm not knocking the dude. You want to be brave and you want to get on TikTok and you want to make weird motherfucking videos like this, you go for it. But just understand that you're going to be roasted for it. But this is the weird shit that I bring up on TikTok. And I think like should be brought to light. Like we're supposed to, this is who we're supposed to think is, like, it's supposed to be funny. Like I didn't really find it funny. I really thought you got balls for being able to do this on TikTok. You got balls for being able to have lower back hair like that. And I'm not saying you can't be a werewolf. I'm not saying you can't be that hairy. But if you got a patch of hair above your ass, you might want to get rid of that. I'm just saying, because your whole back's not that hairy. It just looks like one patch. And then when he turns around and he got that 1970s, I'm just getting my mustache to start, guys. That look, it's killing me. I just can't. And then when you're going to unleash the dragon, bruh, you're not even like the cutest dragon in one of these video games on the phone. Like, you're just not. And then when you go from this video, wait, guys, wait. To this video right here, finds a BF who accepts me as a trans woman. What? Okay, and then but won't touch cock. What? You want them to do what? Hold up. You want a man that's willing to accept you as a trans woman.
No, she wants to
hold on.
Too.
You're you want a straight, I don't know, how would, that's not a straight man, is it? Is that a straight man that would be willing to date a trans woman? I can't imagine that that's a straight man, because you're not, I mean, trans woman, definitely touche on those points. I agree with that 100%. Trans woman. You're not trying to take womanhood. You can't really, because you don't have anyways, you can't have a period, you can't have babies, whatever. But anyways, you want a man that assumingly is straight. Now, I know I'm assuming, so I can make an ass out of me and you here. But you want a man who is assumingly straight to date you and be okay that you're a trans woman, but then you want him to stroke your dick? Like, how mentally far gone are you? Like, if you want a straight man to play ball, no pun intended, you want them to play ball. I gotta quit saying that. You want them to go along with this. You might want to go through with the whole entire process. Otherwise, if you go up to a straight man, you might want to say, hey, my name is Deborah and I have a dick. Because then you're just being open about it. I don't know any straight man. I've never met a straight man in my life that is going to be okay touching yours when they could just touch their own. And now that could be, again, disrespectful as fuck, but then I don't really care anymore, because to me this is disrespectful. This is disgusting. This is foul. You want men to be okay with, they've never done it, but you want them to touch you, but then you want to call yourself a woman. No, not going for it. And this is one of the things that I think makes the community look so fucked up to so many fucking people. Because that's what the LGBT community looks like. It looks fucked up. Especially from the outside looking in. When you have people like this saying shit like this, you want people that are normal to get on board with this? Nah, player. Try again. Better luck next time. Probably not going to happen, Kevin. But to assume that it's going to, you wildin', because it's not going to. And then we're going to get to another video. This one right here. Once I get bottom surgery, I'm never bringing up the fact that I'm trans ever again. You can do that. By all means, you do that. But I pray to God that whoever you find may never find out. Because, in my opinion, as a guy, I'm not looking out for your feelings here. I'm looking out for the guy's feelings here. I'm looking out for a suicide rate where men just seemingly want to pop their top whole lots more than women. You're going to send a straight man because that's assumingly what you're going to be going after. Again, making an ass out of myself here. You're going to be going after a straight man, but you're never going to bring up the fact that you're trans to him again, ever. But and then if he finds out, like a good example is, how are you going to explain away a period? How are you going to explain away not being able to have kids? Especially if this person wants to have kids. Or especially, people do get kind of curious. Like, oh, I don't think I've ever actually seen her. Nah, there's no tampons in the house. Mm-hmm. Now, we live in a studio apartment, and the bathroom's pretty small. I don't think I've ever seen one. Mm-hmm. Like, now, mind you, I'm being a dick here. I'm purposely being an asshole. But the point here is, you got people out here like that. I talked about the one day on the video. That dude on TikTok, that older dude, something TV or some weirdo shit. He was stroking the ego of a trans woman who got beat up for not disclosing that she was trans. And again, I'm not saying that someone should beat you up. I'm not saying that that's okay, because I'm not okaying that. I'm not saying that violence is okay. But when you, the person that decides not to be open and honest about the person that you're willing to be intimate with, you're not being honest. They're going to feel lied to, betrayed, all extra kinds of shit. And then if you start throwing in the fact that you're trans, you might make a person spiral. You might not understand the things that you're going to make their brain go through to try to find out how they could be normal again. But then I don't want to talk about it. Because you don't want to talk about it, somebody else is supposed to possibly face like devastating consequences. That's normal to you, and that's okay. And then, because assumingly that's okay with you, everyone else needs to be okay with it. I mean, for crying fucking out loud. Today there's trunk or treating. You see how a bunch of kids, are all getting their candy and shit, and you go up to the one car or one van, and it's got a fucking, what is it called? When you fucking, quilted. They made a quilt. But the quilt was made of not anything Halloween at all. Well, I guess it is Halloween, because when you want to be trans and shit, you are making up bullshit. Just like on Halloween. Now, she had a quilt that had the trans flag on there, the bisexual flag, because I guess they needed their own flag. Gay flag that had that on there, had the lesbian flag on there. I guess the group is so big now, you got to break it down with flags like you do countries. Wow. It's fucking wild. But anyways, I was thrown by that because I'm thinking, hold on. This is specifically a kids event. Specifically for children. We're out here in the middle of the day, literally the middle of the morning. Sun's booming down, and see nothing but kids walking with their parents trying to get some candy, and they got to walk up to a vehicle that has, instead of something that has to do with Halloween, something that's completely, and this is, mind you, this is in a church parking lot. So again, I'm thinking, what the fuck? Like, and I'm thinking, I'm not going to say nothing because it's, there's kids here, but all I think is, like, I hope nobody grabbed your stickers. Because first off, it's a fucking kids event. Bring stickers with pumpkins on them, jack-o'-lantern, something. Quit pushing your fucking message on children. Because that's exactly what that is. Because you want them to ask about what that fucking dumbass quilt is behind you, made up of all the flags of the fucking rainbow that nobody fucking asked for and nobody allowed y'all to fucking appropriate. And for that's all I got for this episode. The disrespect is going to continue. We got more coming. Like I said, I'm going to drop a few videos today, so stay tuned. Just stay tuned. It's just going to get a lot more fun. A lot more jumping around all over the fucking place. Because the content I got is literally jumping all over the fucking place. Some of it's politics, some of it's weirdos on TikTok, some of it's the LGBT community, some of it's fucking talking about rappers, this, that, other. Like I said, stay tuned. You already know what it is. Peace.